That is pretty much the last thing you're going to see in terms of TV telling you what's coming in 2023. Some great content, as you would expect. That's kind of the spine, I suppose, of our media. But what I wanted to do today, so I was here last year. How many of you were here for last year? Hands up. Yep. And so I thought about last year versus this year when Sam invited us to come and talk. And I thought, what's different between last year and this year? And I reckon it's actually the imperative around growth for 2023, for the 66,000 reasons that have already been explained this morning from everyone, which I all agree with, they're all 100% right. What is it about 2023 kickoff that's going to be really important? And I reckon that's growth. I reckon that's not just growth for your business, but I reckon that's growth for your clients' businesses. Sam keeps looking at the screen. I keep wondering if I've clicked the clicker. So I think growth's the big thing. And I know that a lot of you have clients that are principals, they're business owners. So growth isn't an abstract thing that happens 4 days down or 3 weeks down or 6 months down the track. You know, money out of my pocket spent on media needs to generate something tomorrow. And that's true for your businesses as well. So I thought, okay, as we kick off 2023, if we can agree that growth is the primary goal for all of us in this room and for all of the clients that you love and serve, then what can Telly do to help you grow? And then I sort of thought a bit more and went, well, actually, it's not really your issue because you know what Telly can do. You've seen, the numbers, you've seen the return on investment. Often what actually happens is on the journey to growth, and it's not just Telly, all media can help you grow, there's the objections that you encounter. So I thought rather than me standing here talking about all that's shiny and new, cross-screen measurement, more content, technology innovation, TV. I thought what I'd actually do is have a crack at sharing with you so that you can share with your folk, whether that's client or internal teams, how to answer some of the questions that will get in the way of growth. Because sometimes people don't understand that they're getting in their own way. And here's some of the things. And obviously it's from a Telly perspective because it would be wildly inappropriate to talk about radio or cinema or other things, but, kind of the same sort of thing. And I was going to do an interactive quiz, but I was told Wi-Fi was a bit wonky, and I know that I'm the thing that stands between you and the kind folk at QMS's Sambos and Drinks. So I'm hoping you'll play with me. We're going to do one arm up, one arm down, that kind of stuff. Good old-fashioned move your body at the beginning of the year stuff. So I'm hoping you'll play with me, and if you won't, then I'm buggered. Okay, so left hands. Everyone remember their left hand? I have to do it like this because I'm an idiot. Okay. Australians don't watch TV anymore. So you're standing there, you're presenting to the client. The client is not the principal, but let's call him a 28-year-old, just finished uni, maybe 3 years experience. And you're like, hey, we've got this great idea to help you grow. And they go, no one watches TV anymore. All right, left hand up if you think that's true. Oh, you guys. You are correct. Oh. And here's the slide you can show them. Don't worry about taking pictures. I've seen tons of people taking pictures. All this stuff is on the website. I think my bloody home number's on the website. So if you're looking for the information, by all means, this is the slide you show them that says, actually, the whole world is not playing games all the time. Lots are. But here's the slide. So I'm not going to labour the points, but it's like, this will help. Next question that I get asked is, only old folk, dare I say it, some of us in the room. Yeah, I am looking at you, Sparrow. I've got to make this, I sort of feel like I'm presenting like this. I have to, yes, that's better. Okay, only old folk watch telly. Not true. How many of you would have said that was true? Show of hands. Pick any hand you like, left or right. Yeah, good, okay, good. Honesty, I love that. Here's the slide you present to them. It's true that linear television is viewed by lots of folk and they tend to be a bit older, unsurprising. What we're actually seeing though is audiences are moving. So if you've got a younger target audience or a younger principal, then by all means whip this slide out. That's not to say that young people aren't also going to the movies, they aren't watching, playing games, they're doing all sorts of things. But in a pound for pound return on investment business growth, which I'll bring you back to, that's kind of what I want to try and help, is give you the tools to help you and your clients grow. Video is really important. Audio visual is actually even probably more important from a return. And here's a slide that might get you over the hump if their view is that that audio visual is not right for them, video is not right for them. This is my favourite. Okay, right hands now, so the opposite of the last one. And I've only got 5 of these for those who are already bored rigid with it. It's not going to go on for much longer. Online video is bigger than TV. So hands, right up hands if you think that's true. Okay, good. Yep, good. So when your client says, nah, we need to be online, we don't need to, we need a screen. There we go. That's actually not true. And this is the slide from Price Waterhouse. So we haven't jiggery pokered it, we could have. But if you look at free-to-air and subscription, you'll basically see that if you, and video is important, Gay's already said it's growing. If you actually add all that stuff together, what you'll find is that video, in the sense of television, whether that's BVOD, streamed, on-demand, linear, whether that's regional, whether that's subscription, whether that's metro, is actually a larger universe. And what you will find is that the way people are working now, it's easy to buy them. So that's a really useful one when you get told that, you know, the size and comparison. And that's my other thing, my little pet peeve. I love percentage growth, like that's cool. But at the end of the day, 5% of 5 people is not going to be very helpful. So I would always beg the question when someone goes, we grew by 11 bazillion%, ask them what the base is. Because at the end of the day, if we come back to the central issue today, which is growth, your growth and your client's growth, it's about numbers. High velocity reach, high impact. So there you go. I'll get off my soapbox. BVOD, just like Netflix, only with ads. True or not true? I suppose let's try a left. No, actually, let's stand up. Come on. Oh, I've got lack of enthusiasm. Oh, no, there's some. Okay, stand up if you think that BVOD is all about on-demand or catch-up. Oh, you guys are cool. Thank you for playing, the rest of you down the front here. Thank you, Sparrow. I'm looking at that third row there for the next question. False. Actually, what we see, and again, don't bother, if you're looking at live sport in particular, news, what you actually find is that video, and particularly this opportunity, is a way for you to extend your audience. So again, focus on growth. Which one does the best in terms of media-driven sales volume? Now, I'll caveat this by saying we know every media delivers a positive outcome. Yay, us. Okay, that was a bit transparent, wasn't it? There's the graph. Yay, more graphs. Okay, this is a really important one. I actually did quite a bit of work to get this one. One of the common conversations I have with indie principals is that tele's expensive, video's expensive, production's expensive, and that only, you know, and we saw a lot of those brand logos today, Suncorp, Telstra, Harvin, you know, only those guys can afford to be in a really powerful audio-visual medium, whether that's, you know, on-demand, streamed or... And so only large advertisers, and this is one I know that your clients, because I've spoken to them, have the same conversation. So hands up if you think that only advertisers with large budgets are able to use telly. Yep, fair. That's actually not true, and I'll tell you why. If you actually look at 2022, more than half of telly advertisers spent 25 grand. That's basically from Nielsen AdX. How'd they do that? I'm not here to give you the sales pitch on how they did that, but I can if you want later, or send me an email. But the data basically demonstrates that this myth that telly is only for big clients or large budgets, given all the ways you can interact, is not true. So my suggestion would be don't steal growth, and if there's a way, at least get somebody in the agency to take a look at it. Prove me wrong. I won't be, but sure, have a crack. Because otherwise I'd be embarrassed. Yeah, so basically it's not just for the expensive folk, and I think that's really, really important, particularly for those clients. We see a lot of growth coming from digital-only e-commerce folk, you know, the ones that started businesses in the last couple of years, and they've done great with search, and they've done great with social, and they're doing really well, and then they bottom out because they've actually reached the end of their audience pool. And what they need to do is extend outside and beyond that to make sure they're getting new humans. Because basically, new humans can be new customers rather than, oh, I'll be rude. I won't mention which airline, Red, who send me everything from buy a bottle of wine to a hairdryer to car insurance to, and I'm like, I'm on your frequent flyer list, I'm in your pool, but I don't want to buy any of that stuff from you. So, back to Byron Sharp, try and remember, that there are opportunities outside the pool. So we see a lot of digital and e-commerce businesses benefiting from this stuff. That's it. That's all the things I've got. There's a few things coming. Far be it from me to miss an opportunity to talk to you. In the same spirit of growth for FY23, one of the things we thought about last year, let's call it last October, when the Reserve Bank started to help us manage inflation, was media and media investment's going to get tougher this year. Again, everyone sort of said that. We went, how can we help the industry understand that? So what we did was we commissioned some research around media multiplier effects. Because I've never seen a plan, and I'm 11,000 years old, I've never seen a plan that had one media on it, one channel. Just doesn't happen, right? Even if it's just one plus search, even if it's a tiny budget. And as you get bigger, you add more channels. So we've commissioned some work to look at what the impact is of one media on another media. So that, if you're making choices about, I've only got $10 here and $14 there, where do I put it to get the best fit? We'll make that freely available. There'll be a ton of things coming up where you can come. Maybe, Sam, we can do a webinar with the crew. It incorporates pretty much every media, I think. Don't think we've missed anybody. No, I think it's all in there. And basically free. So it's based on, obviously, we're doing it with Professor Jana Bowden from Macquarie University. She's super clever. Kantar's entire database of brand impacts is the underlying math of it, I suppose. And so what it will give you and your teams and your clients is an opportunity to understand how to put stuff together in a year that's going to be challenging so that they deliver what we want and what you want, which is growth. Thanks very much for your time.